Did you know there might be money or property in your name just sitting there, waiting to be claimed in Alaska? It's true. Every single year, millions of dollars are turned over to the state, and a lot of it belongs to everyday people who have absolutely no idea it's even there. Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're digging deep into the surprisingly easy process of claiming unclaimed property online. By the time we finish, you are going to have a complete blueprint for finding out if you have hidden assets and exactly how to get them back in your wallet.
Now, you might be sitting there thinking, well, I keep a pretty close eye on my bank accounts. There's literally no way the state has my money. But I actually want to challenge that assumption for a second. We're going to take a deep dive into how incredibly common it is for assets to simply slip through the cracks of our busy lives. You know, it's a lot like finding a $5 bill tucked away in your winter coat, except sometimes it's a forgotten final paycheck with a couple of extra zeros on it. From a missing vendor payment to an old utility deposit from an apartment you had years ago, it happens to almost everyone.
Okay, let's dive right into our structured roadmap for This Explainer. We'll be covering 1. Understanding unclaimed property, 2. Getting started, 3. Conducting the search, 4. Processing the claim, 5. Avoiding common pitfalls, and finally, 6. Finalizing the claim.
Starting off with Section 1, Understanding Unclaimed Property. What exactly is considered abandoned?
So, what's really interesting here is the very clear distinction between what the state holds and what it doesn't. We are largely talking about forgotten financial assets. We mean things like dormant bank accounts, uncashed vendor or payroll checks, life insurance proceeds, and even the physical contents of abandoned safe deposit boxes. On the flip side, things like real estate, vehicles, and your standard tangible physical property, those do not qualify.
The actual legal term for this process is escheatment, which I know sounds incredibly complex, but let's de-jargonize it a bit. Under the Alaska Unclaimed Property Act, escheatment is simply the formal transfer of your lost money from a business straight to the Department of Revenue for safekeeping. The state isn't taking your money to spend it. They essentially act as a giant, permanent lost and found custodian until you, the rightful owner, step forward to claim it.
The timeline for this whole transfer is governed by what's called a dormancy period. Basically, that's just the amount of time an account sits totally inactive. In Alaska, those dormancy periods range anywhere from 1 to 15 years, but for most property types, they hit that mark after 3 years. Uncashed payroll checks, those are often considered dormant after just a single year. But here is a really important safeguard you should know about. Businesses are actually required by law to attempt to contact you by mail. This is known as due diligence if they owe you $100 or more right before they transfer those funds to the state.
Moving on to Section 2, Getting Started. Let's look at using the state portal.
If you think this kind of thing is super rare, just check out this very relatable anecdote from a public personal finance forum. One user shared, "I found my sister was owed $500 from an escrow account when she sold her house. You might see his old 401k there." Finding hidden money isn't like hitting the lottery. It happens all the time to everyday people who just moved, changed jobs, or simply forgot to update a mailing address.
So, here is your actionable blueprint to get started. First things first, navigate directly to unclaimedproperty.alaska.gov. Once you're there, you'll easily spot the Search for Unclaimed Property tool right on the homepage. Before you start furiously typing, though, take just a second to mentally prepare a few variations of your name, which is a pro tip we'll expand on in just a moment. Most importantly, I want to emphasize that this is a completely free, highly secure online service provided directly by the state of Alaska. There is no way you should ever be paying to access this database.
Section 3, Conducting the Search, a quick step-by-step query guide.
And this brilliantly illustrates just how effortless the search actually is. The primary requirement, literally just entering your last name or your business name. If you happen to have a common last name, like Smith or Johnson, you can easily filter those results down by entering your first name, a specific city, or a zip code. The system is smartly designed to show you exact matches first, followed by similar names, making it super easy to just scan through the results.
Now, here is an absolutely crucial tip on your search strategy. State databases require exact matches to their historical records. And let's be real, sometimes whoever originally typed your name into their system made a typo. It happens. Avoid missing out by searching different spelling variations, checking your maiden name if you have one, or even just searching using your first initial and your last name. Getting this part right is exactly how you move toward actually securing those funds. Next up, Section 4, Processing the Claim. Let's cover intake and submission.
The digital workflow here is incredibly secure and honestly, really user-friendly. First, you just select the specific properties you want to claim, which effectively adds them to a virtual claim cart. Next, the system will prompt you to input your contemporary information, so your current mailing address, your email, your phone number, and your tax ID, like a social security number. Once you hit submit, the system locks all of this in and generates a unique official claim ID. That ID is essentially your golden ticket for tracking your progress. So the crucial point here is identity verification, right? The state has to ensure they aren't just handing your money over to a fraudster. The specific documentation you'll need depends entirely on who is filing. If you're the original owner, a color copy of your photo ID, proof of your social security number, like a W-2, and proof you actually lived at the address associated with the property, like an old utility bill, is standard. If you are an heir to a deceased relative's estate, you'll need your ID, the deceased SSN, a certified death certificate, and legal documents like a small estate affidavit. And if you are claiming on behalf of a business, you should expect to provide your ID, the company's federal employer identification number, and a notarized corporate resolution proving you have the authority to act for them.
All right, Section 5, Avoiding Common Pitfalls. Pay close attention here because we're talking about strict deadlines and predatory practices.
First up, we absolutely need to talk about fee finders, which are sometimes known as heir finders. These are private individuals or companies who monitor public databases, find out you have money owed to you, and then reach out offering to reunite you with it, for a percentage cut, of course. While they're operating legally within the bounds of public information laws, they are literally charging you for information that you can access yourself in minutes at absolutely no cost on the state website. So here are the biggest mistakes claimants make. Number 1, never sign a contract or pay a fee finder without first checking the free Alaska database yourself. Second, once the state emails you asking for those verification documents we just talked about, the clock starts ticking. You have exactly 90 days to respond. Always upload your sensitive documents using the state's secure link to protect your privacy. If you drag your feet and miss that 90-day deadline, your claim is automatically dropped from the tracking system and you'll have to start the whole entire process over again. And nobody wants to do that. And finally, Section 6, Finalizing the Claim. Let's look at what happens behind the scenes. Once your documents are securely uploaded, the Unclaimed Property Program officials review them to ensure everything matches up perfectly. Because you have your unique claim ID, you don't have to sit around guessing where you are in the queue. You can track your status in real time online. Once your identity and ownership are fully verified and approved, the state will physically disperse a check via USPS mail right to your verified current address. It really is that straightforward.
Before we wrap up, I do need to drop a quick disclaimer. This explainer is for informational purposes only and does not constitute legal or financial advice. Navigating estates and corporate claims can sometimes get a bit complicated, so for personalized advice, please always consult a legal or financial professional.
Which leaves us with one final, very important question to think about. Have you checked the Alaska database for your name today? Seriously, it's totally free, it takes less than 2 minutes, and it might just end with a surprise check in your mailbox. Don't let your assets remain abandoned. Go run a quick search, check for your family members too, and take back what is rightfully yours.